Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and this is Bay Area Let's Talk the Holy Bible. Bay Area Let's Talk the Holy Bible. It is Tuesday, April 18th, 48 degrees in San Jose, California, and it looks like we've had a little bit of a dusting of rain, maybe a little bit of showers during the night, which I wasn't prepared for, and had some stuff outside that I didn't want to have outside during the rain. But that's the way the morning's going. Hope everyone had a wonderful Monday. I can say that our Golden State Warriors did not have a wonderful Monday, but they put up a good fight. Let's see what they can do later on this week. Tough one. And then, of course, the Cubbies decided they were going to spank us big time yesterday, and I think it was like 10-1. So, all right, A's, now's your time. Now's the day you've been looking. You got them exactly where you want them. All right, wishing everyone a wonderful, wonderful day. Let's take a quick look and see what we got for birthdays today. And I happened to see as I mentioned yesterday, Lana's in New York for the next couple of days, and saw a picture of her and her family yesterday. I think it was her and her niece and fiance and two other nephews of Lana's, all having a good time in New York. So New York City, enjoying the Big Apple. All right, let's take a look and see what we got for birthdays today. I've got three ladies. Megan, Carol, and Martin. Megan is part of the real estate business. She is, I believe she has a transaction coordinator business, and the transaction coordinator, what they do is they put all the paperwork together and make sure that everything is needed to make sure that the transaction paper-wise goes through, making sure that all the work is done, making sure they keep the realtors in line, that they have all that paperwork done for them. And Megan, wishing you a very happy birthday. I believe she is in Lincoln, outside of Sacramento. So Megan, happy birthday to you. And then the next two ladies are ladies that I've met from church. Kristen Smith. Kristen, wishing you a very happy birthday. Kristen is a very talented keyboardist and singer. She is just an absolute joy to listen to, and a terrific mother and wife, I must say that. So, Kristen, wishing you a very happy birthday. And then Annabelle Moore. Annabelle, we have known for at least 25 years. And her and her husband have just moved to Tennessee, I believe, where one of their children had decided to move after college. And so they took their family back there. And I believe that the grandparents came back there also, or the great grandparents now also have went back there. So Annabelle, wishing you a very happy birthday. God bless you. You and your family have an awesome day, but especially you on your birthday. So wishing happy birthday to you three ladies. And if it's your birthday out there, wishing you a very happy birthday. Have an awesome day. Make it the best day ever for you. All right, let's talk about our friends that we're in prayer for. And I've had a rough start to the morning. Went and made my tea and spilt it all over the place. Went to grab it and to head in here so I could start reading. And apparently, somebody had other plans for me, because I hit my cup of tea in. The counter was covered with water. Brown water. My green tea with lemon and honey. So, boy, not the way you wanted to start out this morning. But it happened, and now I have to deal with it. So I got to spend my time cleaning up this morning, and I'm sure I'll have to do some more. All right, here are the folks that we're praying for: Curtis Brown, Red Bergkemer, Shelly Elliott, Nancy Kurt Brand, Ashley Van Winkle, Jeff Rainey, Eric Beloved Flournoy and family, Wilder Lee Jacobson. Now, I saw something on Wilder Lee that Lana had put out there, and the little guy is in need of prayer again. He is been back in the hospital since Easter, fighting a couple infections, and has been very sick. So this little man is just over a year old, and he has had a struggle for each day. So Wilder Lee, we are praying for you and praying for your family and thinking of you, and just grateful for you, and know that we have a God that can take care of all things. And just thinking of Wilder Lee and his family today. Nathan Liegenfelter, Rob Richardson, Michael Martin, Heidi Balladay, Sue Tavares, Jeanette Tibio, Brad Goodwin, Mercedes Wimpen, Brandon and Grace Robinson and their son Elisha, Lashana Harper, Gina Rasan, Bill and Lois Dobbs, Roger Bowie, Dexter Thompson, Terry and Carmen, Carol Lindell, Ronan Bowie, Anna, Debbie Schultz Bettendorf and her daughter, Julie Brennan, Mike Ferguson, Pamela Bowie, Sarah, Doug Wing, and then my dear wife, Darlene. Just keeping them all in our thoughts and prayers, and want good things to happen to each one of the people mentioned there. A couple of them are waiting to get out of rehab, so praying for them. And then again, Lana's visiting her niece, Pamela Bowie, in New York City. So wishing you guys back there in New York a wonderful time. All right, let's take a look at what we're going to be reading today. And Ephesians 6:10 through 20, and Exodus 14:1 through 31. And I poured my tea, or knocked it over, and started complaining. Why now? And it hit me. That's about the same question the Israelites were going to be asking today as we read in Exodus 14 today. Let's take a look and see who's here with us this morning. And hope you all are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Little after 6 on the West Coast. And again, it's been raining out here. I hope all of you are having good weather wherever you're at. And then I think I caught some headline news real quick just on my phone. Caught it and said that there were some big storms headed towards the Midwest and South. So praying for all the people there. All right, let's take a quick look here. Diane Cazares-Harris, good morning, friends. Have a wonderful day. Diane, good morning to you. God bless you. Wishing you a wonderful day. Both you and David, enjoy it. And thank you for being here, Diane. I am absolutely grateful to have you here. And certainly glad that you are spending part of your morning with us. And let's see. Lana J. Fitzgerald. Blessings to all from Marco, 8264. I guess it doesn't get much better than that. Choose love today. And then has got that broom out there for whatever reason. Just because the Cubbies were given 10 runs yesterday does not mean the same holds true for today. And we poured a little water on the Cubbies, so I hope that Hope the A's can look a little more competitive, and then you can put that broom away. Enjoy it. And Lana, thank you for sending me the text on the explanation of why the donkeys were killed. And I don't know what I was thinking of when God had said that the animals were going to be killed. Even the animals were to be killed, sacrificed to him. And even though they had if you had an opportunity to trade a lamb in there and turn in a clean animal, the donkey could be spared. But if not, the necks were to be broken. And that was for the purpose that God had said all first animals, first males, would be taken. And so, and even though, and I was thinking about that, even though they are a pack animal and could do a lot of work for them, that God had made this and it was going to come through. And so he gave them definite instructions on what to do. But I really liked all that you'd written in there. Anyway, you have a wonderful day, and God bless you. And don't let the Cubbies beat up on the Athletics too bad. Take it easy on them. Have an awesome day, Lana. And then Bradley Sherritt's good morning, everyone. Blessings, 6274, chance of rain. Well, like I mentioned, I'd saw that there were some storms headed towards the Midwest. And we got a little bit this morning, too, at some point during the night. But wishing you all the best, Bradley. You have a wonderful day back there, back in Kerrville. Enjoy it. God bless you, man. Thanks for being here. We absolutely appreciate it. All right, let's take a quick look. Who I haven't seen is Arnie and Kathy this morning. So hope those two are enjoying their mornings, maybe getting a little bit of rest. I got started this morning at 3:45. Didn't want to, kind of woke up in a panic, and I said, oh, did I not get up for the show? Did I not get up to do the live stream? And then pulled over my phone and saw it was only 3:45. And I said, oh, I get to lay down for another hour and 15 minutes. 45 minutes later, I looked over and it was 4:30. And had a tough time getting to sleep after I originally woke up. That's the way my morning's going. And my voice is a little bit rough this morning. Sorry about that. I got to deal with it. All right. We're going to pop in. We're going to read from Ephesians 6:10 through 20. 6:10 through 20. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the full armor of God so that you'll be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the full armor of God, so that you'll be able to resist in the evil day, and having done everything to stand firm. Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and having shod your feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. In addition to all, taking up the shield of faith, with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. With all power and with all prayer and petition, pray at all times in the Spirit. And with this in view, be on the alert with all perseverance and petition for all the saints. and pray on my behalf, that utterance may be given to me in the opening of my mouth, to make known with boldness the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in proclaiming it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Now, I couldn't see anyone speaking more boldly than Paul as he wrote to the Ephesians, because there he was. He had been in jail. He had been let out. He had been under restriction to the house where he was staying in, where there would be soldiers out there watching his every move. But Paul, once he met Jesus Christ, once he was told what he was to be doing, did not let anyone get through without preaching the word, without teaching the word of what Jesus Christ has done for all of us. And for him personally, it changed his life completely. All right. We're going to go now into Exodus 14 and read what the Israelites are up to today. Exodus 14. See if there's any complaining this morning from their side. Oh, got a message from Dave Sheretz. Good morning, Charles family and friends. Dave, good morning, man. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Wishing you a wonderful day, brother, and thank you for being here. And Arnie Carval, good morning. Good morning, Charles. Blessings to all this rainy morning in Merced. Arnie, did we need the rain today? But I'm wishing you and Kathy both a wonderful day. I don't know if the flowers needed a little bit of rain, but I guess it's been really a couple weeks since we've had any. So you and Kathy have an awesome day. God bless you guys. And Kathy Sheretz Carvajal, good morning, all. Woke up to clouds and light rain. Have a wonderful day. A little bit of spring rain, the April showers, bringing those flowers. Kathy, wishing you a wonderful day. Both you and Arnie. You guys enjoy it. God bless you guys, and thank you for joining us. I questioned it for just a second if you guys were sleeping in, but here you are. Again, you guys have an awesome day. God bless you. All right. Going to go into Exodus 14. Now the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, tell the sons of Israel to turn back and camp at Pi Hiroth, between Migdol and the sea. You shall camp in front of Baal Zephon, opposite by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the sons of Israel, they are wandering aimlessly in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. Thus I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he will chase after them. I will be honored through Pharaoh and all his army. The Egyptians will know that I am the Lord. And they did so. When the king of Egypt was told that the people had fled, Pharaoh and his servants had a change of heart toward the people, and they said, what is this we have done, that we have let Israel go from serving us? So he made his chariot ready and took his people with him. And he took 600 select chariots and all other chariots of Egypt with officers over all of them. The Lord hardened the heart of the Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he chased after the sons of Israel as the sons of Israel were going out boldly. Then the Egyptians chased after them with the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen and his army. They overtook them camping by the sea behind Pi-hahiroth, in front of Baal Zephon. As Pharaoh drew near, the sons of Israel looked, and behold, the Egyptians were marching after him, and they became very frightened. So the sons of Israel cried out to the Lord. Then they said to Moses, is it because there were no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you dealt with us in this way, bringing us out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we spoke to you in Egypt, saying, leave us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. But Moses said to the people, do not fear. Stand by and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For Egyptians who you have seen today, you will never see them again forever. The Lord will fight for you while you keep silent. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the sons of Israel to go forward. As for you, lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the sons of Israel shall go through the midst of the sea on dry land. As for me, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, so that they will go in after them, and I will be honored through Pharaoh and all of his army, through his chariots and his horsemen. Then the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord, when I am honored through Pharaoh, through his chariots and his horsemen. The angel of God who had been going before the camp of Israel moved and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud moved from before them and stood behind them. So it came between the camp of Egypt and the camp of Israel, and there was the cloud along with the darkness, yet it gave light at night. Thus the one did not come near the other all night. Then Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord swept the sea back by strong east wind all night and turned the sea into dry land, so the waters were divided. The sons of Israel went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and the waters were like a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. The Egyptians took up the pursuit, and all the Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen went in after them in the midst of the sea. At the morning watch, the Lord looked down on the army of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and cloud and brought the army of the Egyptians into confusion. He caused their chariot wheels to swerve, and he made them drive with difficulty. So Egyptians said, let us flee from Israel, for the Lord is fighting for them against the Egyptians. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the sea so that the waters may come back over the Egyptians, over their chariots and their horsemen. So Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its normal state at daybreak, while the Egyptians were fleeing right into it. Then the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. The waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen. Even Pharaoh's entire army had gone into the sea after them. Not even one of them remained. But the sons of Israel walked on dry land through the midst of the sea, and the waters were like a wall to them on their right and to their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day from the hands of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. When Israel saw the great power which the Lord had used against the Egyptians, the people feared the Lord, and they believed in the Lord and in his servant Moses. That is Exodus 14. Exodus 14. And as I mentioned, the Pharaoh chasing after the Egyptians, and the Egyptians turning. Why have you taken us out of Egypt? When we said it would be better for us to stay and serve the Egyptians. Have you taken us out to the wilderness because there were no graves in Egypt? So now we could just die in the wilderness? They've only been traveling a short time. They knew what their lives were like in Egypt. And they knew that the Lord had promised them a better life in a country of milk and honey. but their faith was rather weak. And sometimes that is what ours is. But of course, now these people were fleeing for their lives. Us, we got more petty things that we complain about. But the Lord stood by him. Moses said, "Be quiet, be still, and know that God will do your fighting, that the Lord will do your fighting for us. He is our protector. He is the one that we have read about, that we have heard stories from ancient times, and that God was going to take care of them." And sure enough, God comes through. Moses raises his hands and his staff, parts the Red Sea for them to walk through on dry land as the winds were blowing, keeping up the water on the walls of the river on both sides, and the Egyptians are able to walk right through, march, and run through. And it's just an amazing story. That story of Moses parting the Red Sea. But of course, it was all God's work and all God's doing so that he could save his people. Save those that just shortly before were complaining, but opening up everything for them. And we're going to learn more about this, and more of what the people had to say, and more of what God had to say, and what Moses was doing. It's just a terrific story. And it's a story, even though I didn't go to church as a young child, I heard the story. I've seen the movie, but it's a wonderful story of how God, when he says that he is going to do something, holds up his end, and he will take care of us just as he has said, just as he promised the Israelites leaving Egypt. And even though they complained, God kept his word. And Moses did what he needed to do to let the Egyptians get free and get out of Egypt. Well, I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's Tuesday morning, and wishing you guys all just a terrific day. Maybe a little bit of rain. Hopefully it's going to clear up fairly quickly. But wishing you all just a wonderful day. If you'd like to join me tomorrow as we continue our walk through the Bible, would love to see you here. And in the words of our dear buddy, Mr. Fitz, have a red letter day. God bless you guys. Enjoy it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.